Today we're talking about helmets, but before we do that, I actually got to go buy a helmet. We are officially a helmet owner. So in this video, I want to talk about kind of the pros of the helmets, but also some of the misperceptions that I want to make sure people understand, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you're safe and having the most amount of awesome times as possible. And so there's a couple things I wanted to bring up when it comes to the helmet that people may not realize. But first, we're at Keystone. We're gonna go ride, get a couple laps in, and definitely stay to the end, and we'll be vibing. And definitely like the video if at the end of the video you're digging it. Okay, this is my own fun little hack when it comes to riding a gondola. One, I don't like showing up, waiting in line, and getting crammed in a gondola like the sardines we were yesterday. And you know, I like walking through the village without tying my boots. So then when I have all this space in the gondola, nice little mellow morning, and chat with the boy, hang out, vibe, and get my boots all sorted when no one's here. So not a big fan of getting like first chair. I'd rather let the crowd go and then just kind of like swoop in casually, you know, behind. Good time. And if you guys are interested in picking up a sick pair of magnetic sick Zeiss lenses, and I do have a fog free guarantee. If you're digging the goggles but they're fogging, send them back. But I rode over 200 days last year on these goggles, never had fogging problems, feeling pretty awesome. So I back them, as well as they are over the glasses, so they have OTG. They got extra tall straps for added comfort, and they're amazing. So I'm like super pumped on them. But we also have tech hoodies. But on that note, let's go vibe. Alright, before we dive into a bunch of the nerdiness about a helmet, I definitely recommend having one of them point blank. And definitely when you have one, you want to make sure when you shake your head that they're not flopping around. And theoretically, you want it to be on so it's comfortable, so you're actually going to use it. But if it's like only staying on because your chin strap has to be like locked down super tight, then definitely not an option. Obviously, this day and age, there's so many options for different helmets. You can literally bring your goggles, bring your hat in, bring your whatever in, and just go try them on, find something that's extremely comfortable. And then I also like having something that has something called MIPS, which could be like the multi-impact protection system, that if you're, let's say, tumbling down a run, that you at least have a higher chance of not dying. That's like the goal, right? So I definitely recommend it. Now let's dive into a couple of spots where I think helmets are extremely useful. One, smacking your head against a gnarly object. Let's say you catch an edge and you happen to hit your head against a rock. Well, the helmet is actually going to protect you from having that rock hit you. It's going to help prevent your head from your skull from cracking. And another situation is, let's say that you're in the train park and you slip out and you happen to hit your head on the side of a rail or a box. Well, again, it's going to be a nice protective layer to prevent you from cracking your skull. That is something that most people don't really understand, is how vital that aspect is. Also, if you love riding trees and riding POW, imagine taking a tree branch to the side of the head. Well, that could puncture some of the skin, but you also want to be able to protect your actual head from getting like smashed. Like, that's not sick. So we're going to take another run. Me and my boy Sean, he's going to call out some tricks for me. I'm going to try to do them without dying. And then we're going to dive into some concussion discussion. Could be cool. Let's go ride a little bit. Now let's discuss concussions. I've had 4 to 5 concussions where I've actually been hospitalized, where I've full on been like lost short-term memory, completely knocked out, just like found in a dumpster type thing. And I've definitely got a concussion. So essentially a concussion is when your brain hits the inside of your skull, usually stemming from the skull stops quickly and then the brain just keeps going and smacks to the inside of your brain, and your brain becomes more swollen. That's essentially generically what a concussion is. So then with the concussions, every time I've had a concussion, I've worn a helmet. 90% of the time, I have a helmet. Big fan of a helmet. I couldn't find the right helmet, so I didn't have one yesterday, but immediately went and bought one. Definitely have a helmet. Enjoy using them. But I got concussions every time I've worn a helmet or I've had a concussion with a helmet on. So I think there's like a false sense of trust and confidence that, well, it's fine, I can do whatever I want when it comes to preventing the concussion because I have a helmet. And I just wanted to like just kind of address that a little bit, is that you have more odds of being safe by making better decisions than actually having a helmet. And to further elaborate, if I'm going to go 70 miles an hour down an icy corner, my helmet's not going to really save me all that much, right? But if I choose to slow down, that's going to play a more significant impact. Now, as we discussed earlier, having a helmet is super awesome, and can helmets help? Absolutely. But I just feel like there's a point of which you're going so fast and the helmet is so thin that it's really hard for you to actually stop the momentum of your brain from crashing into the front of you. Fun little fact also, did you know you can get a concussion by landing on your tailbone? Essentially the same thing happens when your brain squishes down like this. You can actually get a concussion and your brain becomes swollen. So there's like a lot of different ways to get a concussion. Now, again, I'm not bashing helmets. I'm not saying don't wear them. I wear them and I love them. And if I can give my brain 1% better chance of survival, then I'm going to do that. And I'm an advocate. I definitely think helmets are awesome. But I just think that there's a misperception of like, well, if I go 100 miles an hour into the wall, I won't get a concussion. There's a chance you can get a concussion. Like I said, every concussion I've had a helmet on and I still got them. Yeah, we could argue, and I probably agree, is that you could reduce how severe that concussion is because of the helmet. Once again, worth having. But also just being aware, like high speeds, yeah, putting yourself at risk. And then you also have the chance that somebody might just come out and take you out. So it's definitely risky out here, and trying to be as observant as possible, reading the conditions, reading how you're feeling, looking around as often as possible. And with this camera, it's been cool to be able to see how often I freaking look around, almost like I'm a spaz, because I'm constantly trying to see and have spatial awareness of where people are. But at the end of the day, I just want you to be safe and just know that, hey, helmets are awesome. I definitely wear them. But don't put your 1,000% trust in them, because I've still gotten concussions. So I don't know. Maybe give me your thoughts down below. I want to hear from you and like what your thoughts or what your experience. Have you had a concussion? Were you wearing a helmet? Were you not? What are the benefits of them? And like definitely want to hear from you when it comes to like this kind of conversation, because it's important. It's good. We need to have a conversation and just help people just try to stay safe and healthy. That's the end of the goal. Because if you can snowboard all season long, then you're going to get better at snowboarding, and that's the goal of the channel. So my boy Matt and these dudes are waiting for me for like 14 hours. So we're going to go snowboard. We're going to go vibe. Let's do it. Oh, my dudes, big shout out to Jonathan for helping film. That was super awesome. He was like, yo, dog, you want some shots? I was like, yes. So it's always fun. Who knows what the future will bring. But I actually got to get going. We got to cut today a little bit short because I have a meeting with one of the resorts. I'm really excited. Hopefully we can get some stuff going in the work that's going to benefit you that is watching this video right now. Like, I want to make sure that you're having a sick season, that you're having awesome experiences snowboarding. So definitely try to figure that out. As well as, what are your thoughts and comments about helmets? It's kind of a controversial concept. At the end of the day, I just want to make sure you guys are safe. So all of this thought process was coming from love and making sure you guys are feeling good and feeling safe. If you guys want to support the channel, consider picking up a sticker. Got goggles, tech, hoodies. Come check out a live stream every single Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And we are posting literally every single day. So make sure you come back tomorrow. We're hanging out, vibing. See you then. Let's go. With early season conditions like this, you can definitely use the terrain to add some more fun and spice to your riding. Here's a hand plant, and the biggest thing is pop over your nose, get the board in the air, and then fling it back underneath you, and definitely get as much control as possible so that when you pop out, you have time for extra tricks. Definitely follow for more.